Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Loud House from the show The Loud House. If you enjoyed this tutorial and you're new around here, please do consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. But without any further ado, let's get started. Now, just before we get building everybody, here are all of the materials that we will need to make our Loud House. Please do make sure that you have access to all of those and enough of those materials as well. The amount of space required to make the Loud House is a 23 by 30 block area, as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground. Do feel free to make this grid in your world if you do feel as though it may help you out. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to. Make sure you got that stuff, make sure you got enough room to make it, make sure you're ready, and once you are, we can begin. Step 1, Loud House makers. Come all the way over to the front left hand corner of your grid, if you've made it. From the front left hand corner of the grid, go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then count inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On top of this block, I want you to place 2 bricks. 1, 2. I want you to go behind this block and I want you to place 3 upside down quartz stairs. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. I then want you to place another brick block, and we're actually going to leave it at that because what we're now going to do is we're going to take the first initial brick that we placed and we're going to begin extending it to the right by 2 using upside down quartz stairs. 1, 2. You can place a brick block on the end and extend it upwards. I then want you to leave a gap of 2, so that'll be 1 and 2, and then I want you to place a brick, another one, and then we are going to place 2 upside down quartz stairs going right of the bottom. So 1, 2. Place a brick block on the end, extend it upwards. I then want you to take the lower brick and I want you to place 3 upside down quartz stairs moving back. 1, 2, 3 with a brick block on the end. What we're now going to do is continue extending this brick block backwards, and we want to place a row of 9 bricks extending back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just like that. And we're going to extend this 9th block across, and we're going to join it back to the front, so you can see why we did that little bit there, right at the beginning now. So we should have this sort of shape right here, which is quite a peculiar shape, but a necessary one. So on top of the quartz stairs areas, you can place yourself some birch fence. This is just going to be for the porch. There's a porch on the front of the build. Now, behind the back pair of birch fence that don't connect to anything, we have to place a row of 10 quartz block extending up from the ground, or from this brick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and also on the other side, although you don't have to count it, you just have to make sure there is the same height, and then you can join it together, kind of like this. In addition to joining it together, what you can also do is place 2 rows of glass coming inwards from both sides of the row. You can place another row of glass underneath this layer of glass, and you can place upside down quartz stairs underneath the glass, like this. That looks pretty good. What you can also do is, starting from the bottom where we have the first block of quartz, you can place 2 upside down quartz stairs extending inwards towards the center, and then you can place 2 rows of glass on top of the quartz, and that will actually, for the most part, cover all of the windows that we have on the front of the house. So there we go. We also need to make a door, but that's fairly simple too. You can place a layer of block of quartz on the inside of both of these windows, and you can place a row of block of quartz directly on top of all of the windows and the door, and you can even fill in the entire front of the build other than that. Don't fill in the part where the door is going to go. That'd probably be a bit silly, but you want to have this. And you can fill the doorway in using some orange concrete. That's the color of the door, so that's what we're going to use. It doesn't actually have a functional door. You can add one if you want. It has kind of like what I would call a faux door, which is mean it's kind of just for show. Faux for show. So we want to have something which should look exactly like this. In addition to this, we are going to make the walkway a little bit more, so we're going to place a brick in front of these two inner pair of bricks, and we're going to place smooth stone slabs on top of each one of these pairs of bricks, like that, looking very fancy. In addition to that, we're going to grab the birch fence, and on the two outward corner bricks we're going to place, I do believe it is only 2 birch fence extending up, so that's going to be 1 and that will be 2. So we want to have something which should so far look exactly like this. And what we're then going to do is place ourselves some quartz slab on top of the birch fence, and we're actually going to extend the quartz slab outwards. Now, why are we doing that? So we can place blue terracotta behind said slab like this. Perfect. And that is actually going to set us up for a later part of this build. What I'm going to recommend that you do now is come all the way up to the top of the build where we have the quartz block of the house. We have to make the shape of the roof. And to do this, we want to repeat this very pattern that I'm about to show you. You want to repeat it 5 times. So let me show you. You want to go right and up, that's once. Right and up, that's twice. Right and up, that's thrice. Right and up, that's four times. Right and up, that's 5 times. Like that. And then you want to take the lower half of this, and then you want to start doing this pattern. And this is, again, repeatable. You want to do it 4 times. You want to go right and down, that's once. Right, down, that's twice. Right, down, that's 3 times. Right, down, that's 4 times. And you should find that you can then connect that down to the lower half of the house like this. And this is going to serve a purpose, but first of all, we are going to make the windows, because there's a little bit of detail on this side, you see. So, begin by placing a row of block of quartz just down at the bottom horizontally. I want you to place a 2x2 square of light blue glass pane in the corner of the house, kind of like this, right? And we're going to place 2 block of quartz extending inwards from the window on the right, and 2 block of quartz extending in from the left, and that gives us this shape here. And we are going to place underneath this empty space here upside down quartz stairs. Extend left, extend right, extend the left stair and right stair upwards by 2, 1 2 1 2, place blue terracotta on top and extend across. We're then going to place light blue stained glass pane in this empty gap here, and there we have it. That's looking pretty decent. And then what we will do from here is we will fill in this entire side of the house using some block of quartz. We will raise it all the way from the ground all the way up to the top of the build, exactly like this. Eventually it will connect. This seems like a very long process. And once it does eventually connect, we can kind of put the roof in a little bit. So, that's looking not too bad. I'm quite eager to make sure that the roof works. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. I want to make sure it looks right. So, first of all, we're going to place a light blue, is it light blue? A blue terracotta in front of the top right-hand corner of the house. It's kind of like diagonal to the window. We're going to extend the blue terracotta outwards by 1 row, and then we are going to extend it kind of like around the side of the roof. And we're going to do this by going like right, up, right, up, right, up, right, up, right, up, right, up, kind of like that, okay? And then, of course, we have to start extending down. So we're going to take this part, and then we're going to go like right, down, right, down, right, down, right, down, right. So you should see that the roof actually isn't even, and that is by design. And then, this is where things get tricky. We want to take the edge of the porch area here, and we want to extend this like right, up, right, whoops, right, up, 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 right. And then it'll eventually connect here. And then what you can either do is you can like join it to the right there, like that, or you could logically join it upwards. Again, it sort of depends what... it sort of depends what you think would look right, but that's the roof actually, and that's looking pretty good. That's not too bad. So if we come onto the opposite side of the house, there is no detail on this side of the house. So what you can easily do is simply copy that side of the roof onto this side. And do bear in mind that the roof is uneven, so if you kind of finish copying the roof, and I'm being careful to do this myself, if you finish copying the roof, and I do think that that is right, if you need to, literally join both sides of the roof together to make sure that you've got the blocks in the right place. Do bear in mind, it is uneven. It's meant to be uneven. It's meant to be slightly slanted this way. So what we can do is we can extend this terracotta across here, and then we can do the same thing, and everything should join up rather nicely. And once we've kind of like done the outline of the roof similar to, I say similar, exactly the same as what we did on the opposite side, and we can join it. That's the easiest way to do it, I think, is to kind of like do the outline like that. And we'll also have to, then we'll fill this side in completely with block of quartz. As I mentioned, never seen a shot of this side of the house, so this is probably windows, but I don't know. So if you know there's some details on this side of the house that I've missed and that you're aware of, because you know you're more perceptive than I am, feel free to add those in. We're going to also extend the porch too, so yeah, that's just going to go up and back until eventually it will connect, and then you get to choose how to connect. I think I connected it upwards rather than backwards, but yeah, so the choice is either that or that. I think that's better to go up, I think, but that's just me, just because you've kind of got that like pleasing diagonal shape, but I don't know, it's kind of personal preference. We've got to join the porch roof together left to right, which is simply done by, well, just joining it together left to right like that, and then that really boxes in the windows. We've also got to just simply connect all of the blue terracotta at the top of the build also, just left and right like this, and then that'll be pretty good. A few things that we have left to do with the actual main house itself. We have to do the back of the house. There's a door. I've included a back door despite the fact that I don't know if there is one. We've also got to fill in the floor of the porch. And we've got to add like a tree, and we've got to add some like a little bit of iron bar fencing. But for the most part, we're looking pretty good. So just to give you guys a good shot of what we've just done, there we go. We've filled in the roof rather spectacularly. Well done. So, what we're now going to do is, just at the back of the house here, we're going to copy some of the windows and we're going to add in a door. So, the door is set right here in the back corner of the house. I haven't put it in the middle, I've put it on this side of the house. And basically, all we're going to do is place like a row of 2x3 orange concrete just in the corner here. It's going to be set one block backwards. And we're going to place some block of quartz around it. We're going to place brick blocks either side, and we are going to be using some stone brick stairs, but we don't, well, we can actually grab it because we don't need, I think, the fence again and the blue terracotta again. So you can actually grab the stone bricks and the stone brick stairs, and we can place some stone brick stairs here, we can place some stone bricks here, and if you actually want to finish off the door completely, let's just chuck away the quartz stairs, even though I kind of want them. We'll get rid of the quartz slabs, we'll grab the birch button, and we're just going to put like a door handle on the door, that's all. We're going to place windows. These windows are now going to be the same size and shape as all of the other windows. So you can actually use the front of the build to figure out where these are going to go. The only thing that I don't know in regards to the windows is whether I want to have upside down quartz stairs underneath them or not. So just make windows that are the same shape and size as the rest of the windows on the house. So hang on. This has got to be here, right? No, I've got to shrink it from the top. There we go. And then this window would go here, right? So that would be all of the windows, all done, same shape and size as all the others. But if you want to make them stand out a little bit, then you can give them little window sills in the form of upside down quartz stairs. So yeah, that's kind of up to you whether or not you want to do that. The back is a little bit plain, I will admit, in comparison to the front. We're also going to add smooth stone slabs here, just left and right of the little walkway. We can now come to the front of the building. We can do a couple of things. Number one, we can give the door a door handle in the form of a birch button. We can place stone bricks to fill in the porch, something that we probably should have done a lot earlier, really. Extend outwards, and we want to like walk down from the porch using the stairs. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, almost the house complete. We do have one last feature that is easy to forget about, but I haven't. Chimney. We have a chimney right on the middle of the left side of the house. So you know you're in the middle. The chimney's 2 rows wide. You've got 4 blocks to the left of you, 4 blocks to the right, and we're stuck in the middle. So that is where the chimney goes. The chimney is only 2 blocks thick, and it is going to surpass the roof. And what I mean by surpassing the roof is going to go through the roof, is what I really should have said. And it's going to stick out the top of the house by 1 row or 2, and we're going to have smooth stone slabs on top of it. So there we go. That makes it look a lot better, doesn't it? I'm a lot happier with that now. And now that we have done that, we are now going to be placing the garage, and then we can do all of the other little details. There's not too many more little details, but we have to do the garage as well. So the garage, if we come to the back right hand corner of the house, and we take this back corner and we move backwards like 1, 2, and then we move right 1, 2. So kind of like here really. And we place a block of quartz like so. And then we want to extend that block of quartz upwards by 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go to the right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to join down like so. And we need some other materials, so let's just grab them all, everything that we need. We definitely need all of the quartz blocks, all of them we need. We need blue terracotta. We also need red concrete. We also need some black stained glass. And that might just about be it. It depends how fancy you want to get with the basketball hoop, but we will discuss that. Oh, and we need a basketball, which is going to be orange concrete. So later on we'll need iron bars too, and we'll also grab the grey concrete. So this is the garage door. We're going to place blue terracotta on the upper left and right sides of the garage. We're going to extend the blue terracotta forwards and then inwards and upwards until it reaches a natural point of connection. So it's going to eventually, speaking of a natural point of connection, it's going to hit that. And then we're going to place some block of quartz behind this empty space here, because that's what we do. And then we're going to give the garage, we're going to give it a door. So this is going to be a block of quartz stairs rather, here, just behind the back entrance of the garage like this. You can make the garage look more interesting by placing 2 windows in the top right and top left corner of the garage, like so. If you want, you can also place a basketball hoop. So you take this middle block sort of here, we're going to place 2 red concrete coming outwards. We're going to place a block of quartz left and right of the red concrete. We're going to place quartz stairs on the left and right sides. And we're going to place block of quartz on top. And really, we should have some webbing or something. So we'll grab that in a sec. But that's almost the basketball hoop complete. And what we're then going to do is extend the backwards of the walls, well, back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as far back as our grid will allow us. You can extend it more if you want. It depends how big you want the garage to go. So you can extend the walls backwards and you can join them together left to right as well, like so. We're just going to join it across, and then we're just going to add the roof. And then, as I mentioned, it's up to you whether or not you want to have just the basketball hoop for show. I mean, it is for show regardless, because you can't actually play basketball in Minecraft, unfortunately. Not without getting creative at the very least. But we probably will place a little web in there too. There's a multitude of ways to make basketball hoops, but we'll do it the good old-fashioned way with a web. Because, I mean, that obviously makes sense for the net, so we're just going to join all of the blue terracotta front to back just like this. And eventually that will be the little roof complete. And we're really cracking on with this build actually. I think that we've really sped through this. We've done a good job. And then you'll be able to see the garage just sits nicely just right next to the house pretty much. We have to make a driveway. The driveway is going to be as wide as the garage door, and it's going to lead from the garage door all the way to the end of the boundary. So you yourself, if you've not made the grid, which is, you know, highly understandable, if you haven't made the grid, you know, extend the driveway as far forward as you like. Make sure it's at least a little bit longer than the house. In addition to that, that's going to be filled in later. In addition to that, we're going to have a small path that leads from the front of the house, the front entrance, made out of smooth stone. It's going to be level with the garage and the garage walkway or path or driveway. Trying to desperately search for the word. It's a driveway. When it comes to the garage, we're going to place a basketball on the ground. That's just going to be just a simple basketball, just an orange concrete. If you like, you can have a web, which is all the way over here, just for the hoop. That can be placed under it or above, you know, just where the red concrete is. It's completely up to you. I'd just place it there if you like, and it'll be all good. We have to place some iron bars because there's actually a little door here. There's like a gate that connects from the back of the house to the garage. So we're just going to place a little bit of iron fence, or rather iron bars, just connecting things together. There's also going to be an iron bar like chain link fence that leads from the back corner of the garage here. And the iron bars are just going to probably leave a gap of, say, like 2 between the house and where we're going to place these, and we're just going to extend all of these forwards until the iron bars are level with the front of the house. So not where the porch ends, but where the house ends, so to speak. So, you know, we've kind of got those little details nailed. The last little detail, and this is a fun little detail. We're going to need to grow a tree. So sapling, bone meal. We need cut red sandstone slab or any red sandstone slab. Carpeted also probably not work. We need birch fence. And we are going to, right in the very front left-hand corner of the boundary, we're going to grow a tree. So oak sapling, sprout it up. And then there's going to be a little kind of like, how do you say it? It's kind of like a little sort of tire swing, but it's not a tire swing. Like, it's a little seat swing sort of thing hanging off the tree. And that, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, is actually pretty much the house fully completed. All we have to do is fill in the drive, get rid of all the concrete, and then we're done. Nice job. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what your loud house should look like once it has been 100% fully completed. I do hope that you guys have managed to make this without too many problems, if any at all. And that's it. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and click that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you want to make any more cartoon or movie or TV series or video game related builds by me, check out the card system, description below, and the top of the comment section for that cartoon tutorial playlist. It's got so much stuff in there, guys, you'll love it, trust me. Thank you so much for watching, I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!